कुंज विहारी Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanavad Pranam. Let's start with Kirtan.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay. Hope my voice is okay.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopina Vallabha Giridhara Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Giridhara Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopina Vallabha Giridhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Krishna Vallabha Giridhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Asnyavari Jashadishadhari Jai Krishna Jai Jaya Avoidyananda Advaita Radhar Divakari Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Raya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Hare Raya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Gopal Govinda Rama Sri Madhusudana Giridhari Gopinada Madhura Madana Mohana Gopal Govinda Rama Sri Madhusudana Giridhari Gopinada Madana Mohana Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Sita Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavatu Gita Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Sita Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavatu Gita Sri Rupa Sanatana Vitta Raghunatha Sri Bhagopala Vitta Das Raghunatha Sri Rupa Sanatana Vitta Raghunatha Sri Bhagopala Vitta Das Raghunatha Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare. जय जगन्नाथ, जय जगन्नाथ, जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी, जय जगन्नाथ। जय बालादेव, जय बालादेव, जय बालादेव स्वामी, जय बालादेव। जय सुभद्रा, जय सुभद्रा, जय सुभद्रा माते, जय सुभद्रा। जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी, नयन पथगामी पावतु मे। जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी, नयन पथगामी पावतु मे। निताय गौरांगो, निताय गौरांग, निताय गौरांगो, गौरांगी। जय सचिनंदन, जय सचिनंदन, जय सचिनंदन गौर हरि। पतित पावन, पतित पावन, पतित पावन गौर हरि। जय जय प्रभुपाद, 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 जय जय प्रभु। जय जय गुरुदेव, जय निताय गौर हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि बोल, निताय गौर हरि बोल। Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Mataji, Sanatram. Thank you for joining on Sunday morning. Okay, let's continue with the prayers.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Razu Prabhuji,
Hare
Sanatram.
Krishna, Vrindavan Raja.
Hare Krishna. So let's continue with prayers. Hare Krishna. Hope my voice is okay, audible for everybody.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you, Gita. Thank you. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदाङ्कितं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवम् श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम, राम राम हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रये नमो ब्राह्मण्य देवाय गो ब्राह्मण्य हिताय च जगत हिताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय नमो नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरत्विषे नमः नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य स्थाने जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं गायते गिरिं यत्पूर्वं तपों वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम् अपवित्रपवित्रो सर्वोस्ताङ्गतोऽपि यस्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षं सभावाह्यन्तरशुचि श्रीविष्णु हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्णा let me share my screen, Prabhuji's Mataji's. Hare Krishna. Okay. Hare Krishna, Shilpa Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna, Shilpa Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Shirish Mataji, Raju Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna, Ram Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna, Santosha Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna, Satyadev Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna, let me share my screen, Prabhuji's Mataji's. Okay. Yeah. Hope the screen is visible, Prabhuji's Mataji's, for you all.
हरे कृष्णा प्रसाद प्रभु
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Okay. Okay. Hare Krishna, just to give a note, like I have no qualification to study Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, okay, of the scriptures wrote by, of the translations wrote by Srila Prabhupada. It is just the mercy of His Grace, Lilananda Prabhu, His Grace, Balagovinda Prabhu. Just because of them, I would able to do little study and I could touch the books. Okay, forget about study. I could touch the shastras. I could do little study and we could do discuss. Absolutely, I have no qualification. Forget about the studying. Even touch those shastras. Okay, the books wrote by Srila Prabhupada. I have absolutely no qualification. There's such a high standard, highly qualified shastras. Hare Krishna, Dhanotranam. Absolutely, I have no qualification. It is just mercy of His grace, Lilananda Prabhu and His grace, Balagovinda. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, this is very wonderful chapter. We are in Lord Incarnation as a Mohini Murti. So yesterday we had a wonderful discussion from Deepa Mataji in this chapter from Sloka to 1 to 14. So 1 to 15 actually. 14 and 15 came together. And then today we are going to see it from 16. Hare Krishna. So I think everybody knows the story. Okay. Maybe quickly we'll just wrap it up in a minute. Okay. So Devatas, Rakshasas, they did Sagar Madhan, and then there are so many things came. Yesterday there was a big list in the previous chapter, so I'm not going through that, all that. And finally, the nectar, Amrit Kalash, Amrit also came from that. Now, as usual, like The demons want the entire Amrita, and there is lot of discussion, lot of quarrel happening between Devatas, demigods, and the Rakshasas, Asuras. To resolve that, to give all this Amrita to Devatas, Mohini Murti Avatar came. And how she came and all that, okay, what is it she is doing, all that. Yesterday, to some extent, we have seen from the wonderful session from Deepa Mataji, and today we'll continue that. So hope everybody got the context. Hare Krishna. So let us start with Sloka 16. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji's Mataji's. Let's have a attention for the today's session. We are going to have a wonderful purpose drafted, gave by Srila Prabhupada. Especially last two slokas. Okay, the purports are so amazing. There is so much to learn. Okay, so much to introspect for all of us. So let's go a little fast and go to the last two purports, especially last but one purport is very important. Okay, for all practicing devotees. Okay, let's move on and understand. Hare Krishna, anybody wants to recite the sloka? I have put it in English and as well as in Telugu. If anybody comfortable in Telugu, language can read it very easily. So I have put it in both the languages. Okay, no problem. I will just go through. Let's read the sloka 16 and 17 together. Both the slokas came together. Prangukeshu paveshteshu sureshu diti jeshu cha dhupamodita salayam juštayam malya deepakaihi tasyam narendra karabo rushuddha kula sronita tala sagatirma davihyalakshi sakujati kanaka nupura signetena kumbastani kalapa kalasha pani radha vivesa. Okay, translation purports by is Devan Ges, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Okay.
Can I do translation?
Do it, Prabhuji. Yeah, do the translation.
1 minute, Prabhuji. Yeah, O King, as the demigods, O King, as the demigods and demons sat facing east in the eastern arena, fully decorated with flowers, garlands, and lamps, and fragrant with the smoke of incense, that woman, dressed in a most beautiful sari, her ankle bells tinkling, entered the arena, walking very slowly because of her big, low hips. Her eyes were restless due to youthful pride. Her breasts were like water jugs. Her thighs resembled the trunks of elephants, and she carried a water pot in her hand. Antena Prabhuji, translation.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Raju Prabhuji. In this sloka, okay, it is been explained, okay, how Mohini Devi, okay, looks like. See, she is what? She is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay. So even a Supreme Personality of Godhead has taken a woman form. How she looks like? She is the most beautiful. Okay. In all the planets. Okay. That's what is being explained here in this sloka. So let's move on. Sloka 18. Anybody wants to read the sloka?
Shall I try, Prabhu?
Please go ahead.
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Prabhuji, try.
I'll try, Prabhu, but
Yes,
we'll
yes.
see how it comes. Tam Sri Sakhim Kanaka Kundala Charukarna Nasaka Pola Vadanam Paradevatakyam Samvikshya Muhurtsit Sanmata Vikshenana Devasura Vilitastana Pattikantam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Translation,
Yes,
purport
go
by
ahead.
Srila
Go
Prabhupada.
ahead.
Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Her attractive nose and cheeks and her ears adorned with golden earrings made her face very beautiful. As she moved, her saris border on her breast moved slightly aside. While the demigods and demons saw these beautiful features of Mohini Murti, who was glancing at them and slightly smiling, they were all completely enchanted. Hare Krishna Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur remarks that Mohini Murti is the supreme personality of Godhead in a feminine form, and that the goddess of the fortune is her associate. This form assumed by the personality of Godhead challenged the goddess of fortune. The goddess of fortune is beautiful, but if the Lord accepts the form of a woman, he surpasses the goddess of fortune in beauty. It is not that the goddess of fortune, being female, is the most beautiful. The Lord is so beautiful that he can excel any beautiful goddess of fortune by assuming a female form. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So if the Krishna takes the woman form, what it looks like? See, the important point is the goddess of fortune is beautiful, Lakshmi Devi. Is so beautiful. But if Lord, okay, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu or Krishna, accepted the form of a woman, he surpasses the goddess of fortune in beauty. He already surpassed. Okay, he surpasses the goddess of the fortune in beauty. Prabhuji's Mataji, this is so unique chapter, okay, where the Krishna has taken a woman form, that is Mohini Murti. And her beauty is being explained here, that is nothing in this universe can surpass her. That is what is talk. That is what the translations of prophets are talking about. Yeah. Let's see more, okay, in future translations and prophets. Okay. This is very simple sloka. Okay. You can read it very easily. Anybody wants to read? Or shall I go ahead? Okay.
Right, Prabhu?
చదవండి బాబు చదవండి.
Asuranam sudadhanam sarpanamiv dhurnayam matva jatindrusamsanam natham vyabhajaduchyutaha.
Very nice. Okay.
Continue. Translation purport.
చదవండి. Please go.
Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Demons are by nature crooked like snakes. Therefore, to distribute a share of the nectar to them was not at all feasible. Since this would be as dangerous as supplying milk to a snake. Considering this, the Supreme Personality Godhead, who never falls down, did not deliver a share of nectar to the demons. Purport. So, this is the 90th purport. So it is said, Sarpa Krura Kala Sarpat Krura Taraha Kala. The snake is very crooked and envious, and so also is the person like a demon. Matsarya Yutama, sorry.
Mantraushadi.
Sorry, Mantraushadi Vasa Sarpa Kala Kena Nivaryate. One can bring snake under control with mantras, herbs, and drugs. But an envious and crooked person cannot be brought under control by any means. Considering this logic, the Supreme Personality Godhead thought it's unwise to distribute nectar to the demons. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Super Prabhuji. So it is very clear that the God, Supreme Personality Godhead, don't want to distribute the share of this nectar to Rakshasas, to demons. He thinks it is not feasible. It is just like, okay, they are like a attitude is like a snake attitude. They are very crooked in nature. Okay. They can do anything after taking the nectar. Okay. They take the control of all 14 planets. They can do anything. That is what it is saying. See, even a snake can be controlled by mantra. That's what it is. One can bring snake under control with mantras. okay, or drugs by helps. But if somebody is so envious and a crooked person cannot brought under control of by any means. So this kind of such a great nectar, okay, which is giving a very, very, very long life. So Supreme Person of Godhead don't want to distribute that to demons. Hare Krishna. Okay, so let's move on. Anybody wants to read? It's a simple sloka only.
I'll do Prabhuji. I'll try.
Go ahead, Prabhu. Very simple sloka.
Kalpahitva pratik pankte vayesham jagatpati tamsa chopa veshayam asa svesu cha sat panktishu. Translation: The Supreme Personality of Godhead, as Mohini Murti, the master of the universe, arranged separate lines of sitting places and seated the demigods and demons according to their positions. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Wonderful. So now the distribution is going to start. Distribution. So how she managed? She asked the Supreme Person of the Godhead, as Mohini Murti, the master of the universe, arranged separate lines. 2 lines. Okay. Sitting places and seated the demigods and demons according to their positions. Okay. According to their contributions or positions, they sat together in separate lines. Now distribution, how it is going to start? Let us see. It's going to happen in a very, very unique and different way. Let us see that. So Sloka 21. Anybody wants to read Sloka? Daityan gruhisha kalashaha vamchayan upasamcharehe durasthan payayam asa jaram mrityu haram sudham. Hare Krishna. Taking the container of the nectar in her hands, what is that she did? She first approached the demons. See, first she approached the demons, satisfied them with a sweet words, and thus cheated them of their share of the nectar. What is that she did? She gave some, she only spoke with some nice words, with the sweet words. Then what she did? She administrated the nectar to demigods who were sitting in a distant place, who were slightly sitting in a little far. Okay. But who was nearer? Demons are very near. What she did? She has not given the nectar. But what is that she showed? She showed sweet words to make them free from invalidity. Okay. Sorry. What is that? She administrated nectar to the demigods who were sitting in a distant place to make them free from invalidity. Invalidity means this is due to old. Okay. Then old age and death. Jara. Okay. And death and age. Okay. Everything to avoid these things, she administrated the nectar to demigods. Hare Krishna. Now let us understand the purpose. Mohini Murti, the personality of Godhead, gave the demigods seat at a distance. Okay. Demigods were seated at a distance. Then she approached the demons and spoke with them very graciously. She approached demons, spoke very graciously, so that they thought themselves very fortunate to talk to her. What is the demons fools are thinking? They were thinking that talking to Mohini Murti, this for them, she's a very beautiful lady. That's all, nothing else. And they are thinking that it is so fortunate for them to talking to her. See, this is the attitude. This is the mindset. This is the attitude of a demonic. Okay. Demonic attitude. We have to check ourselves. How much demonic mentality we all have. Since Mohini Murti has seated the demigods at a distant place, the demons thought that demigods would get only a little of the nectar. And Mohini Murti was so pleased with the demons that she would give demons all the nectar. This is what they are thinking. They were sitting somewhere and she is so pleased with all of us. So we are going to get major portion. This is what demons are thinking. The word Panchayan Upasamchere indicates that the Lord's whole policy was to cheat the demons simply by speaking sweet words. What is the agenda of Mohini Murti? To cheat demons. By what? By sweet words. We have to be very, very important with these sweet words. The Lord intentions were to distribute the nectar only to demigods. You want to give this nectar only to devatas. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji's Mataji's. Hope everybody listening and following. Hare Krishna. Let's move on to the next sloka. Sloka 22. Anybody wants to read sloka? Hare Krishna. This is very simple sloka actually to read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I'll try.
Yes, Mataji. Shilpa Mataji, please go ahead.
Te palyanaatah samayam asura svakritam nripa tushnim asankrita sneha stri vivada jugupasya. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. O king, since the demons had promised to accept whatever the woman did, whether just or unjust, now to keep this promise, to show their equilibrium and to save themselves from fighting with a woman, they remained silent.
Thank you very much, Shilpa Mataji.
Thank you,
Wonderful
Prabhuji.
reading. Now, see, they are acting so well with Mohini Murti. Why they are acting so well, or they are not showing their real face? The reason is they want to impress her. Just okay, even Mohini Murti is administrated or served. Okay, this entire nectar to devatas. Okay, the Rakshasas, which are demons, as of now, they were very silent. And they were thinking that they will also get their portion of the nectar. Okay, and they want to show their good face to Mohini Murti. The reason for that is they want to impress her. Okay. What can we talk about this more on this Prabhuji's Mataji's? We have to think ourselves. Okay. What kind of jewel characters are there in our heart? We have to question that. Why we have that? What we have? Why you have? And when that jewel character will go in each of us? We have to question ourselves. That is what introspection we have to do, Prabhuji's Mataji's. Let us understand Sloka 23.
Shiksha want to do.
Go ahead, Prabhuji. Go ahead.
तस्यं कृताति प्रणयापायकातरः बहुमानेन चाबद्धः नोचुः किञ्चन विप्रियम्. Translation by Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. The demons had developed affection for Mohini Murti and a kind of faith in her, and they were afraid of disturbing their relationship. Therefore, they showed respect and honor to her words and did not say anything that might disturb their friendship with her perpetually. The demons were so captivated by the tricks and friendly words of Mohini Murti that although the demigods were served first, the demons were pacified merely by sweet words. The Lord said to the demons, the demigods are very miserly and are excessively anxious to take the nectar first. So let them have it first. Since you are not like them, you can wait a little longer. You are all heroes and are so pleased with me. It is better for you to wait until after the demigods drink. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Mataji. Wonderful reading. Srisha Mataji, thank you very much for reading.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. So wonderful translation and purport. The demons has developed a affection for Mohini Murti and kind of faith in her. What faith they have seen? Prabhuji's Mataji says nothing. They're just sweethearts and looking at her. That's it. They just surrendered. Yeah. And they were afraid of disturbing.
Only Kama, Prabhuji. Kama.
Lust. So any quintals of lust we have to check ourselves. Okay, with this particular lesson, chapter, okay, from Bhagavatam. They were afraid of disturbing their relationship. See, they were so quiet. If it is not Mohini Bhuti, if someone else, they would have literally fought with her. Yes or no? Agree, disagree? Yeah. Therefore, they showed a respect and honor to her words. And did not say anything that might disturb their friendship with her. How much time they spent? It's just like fraction of minutes, right? That's all. See, the demons were so captivated by the tricks and friendly words of Mohini Murti that although the demigods were served first, even though demigods served first, the demons were pacified merely by sweet words. What demons got is sweet words. The Lord said to demons. So Mohini Murti said something like this. Let's understand what is that she said. The demons are very miserly and excessively anxious to take the nectar first. They want to take. They are anxiously waiting. So let them have first. You're not like them. Okay, you can wait for a little longer. The reason is you are so strong. You are like a hero. You are heroes. And you are so pleased with me. You can wait. So it is better for you to wait until after the demigods drink. With this kind of sweet words, they let them quiet. Hare Krishna. Now let's go to the sloka 24. Hare Krishna, anybody wants to read?
Can I do, Prabhuji?
Yes. Go ahead.
Devalinga pratichanna swaranudev sanchadi pravishna somam apidal chandrarkabhyam cha sujitaha. Translation: Rahu, the demon who causes eclipses of the sun and moon, covered himself with the dress of a demigod and thus entered the assembly of the demigods and drank nectar without being detected by anyone, even by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the moon and the sun. However, because of permanent animosity toward Rahu, understood the situation. Thus, Rahu was detected. Purport: the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Mohini Murti, was able to bewilder all the demons, but Rahu was so clever that he was not bewildered. Rahu could understood that Mohini Murti was cheating the demons, and therefore he changed his dress, disguised himself as a demigod, and sat down in the assembly of the demigods. Here, one may ask why the Supreme Personality of Godhead could not detect Rahu. The reason is that I wanted to show the effects of drinking nectar. This will be revealed in the following verses. The moon and sun, however, were always alert in regard to Rahu. Thus, when Rahu entered the assembly of the demigods, the moon and the sun immediately detected him. And then the Supreme Personality of God also became aware of him. So even I also got same doubt, Prabhuji. Why nobody has detected?
Okay. In fact, Supreme Personality of Godhead want to let allow to take the nectar till here, something like that, till neck, not in the body. Yeah. So let us understand there is a twist in the story. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji's Mataji's. Let's give a little attention here. Rahu. Who is Rahu? He is a demon. The demon who causes the eclipse of sun and moon covered himself with the dress of a demigod. See how smartly that person did? He took the dress of a demigod and thus entered in the assembly of demigods and drank the nectar without being detected by anyone, even the Supreme Person of the Godhead. The moon and the sun, however, because of the permanent animosity towards Rahu, okay, they have a quarrel between Rahu and moon and sun. Understood the situation? The Rahu was detected. Rahu is identified. After the Rahu started taking the nectar, he's been detected. Okay. So here there is explanation is given here. Okay. So don't we know that don't is Supreme Person of the Godhead know that when Rahu came here and sitting, that is Mohini Murti doesn't know that he is not a demigod or a devata, and Rahu came and he's a Rakshasa, but there is reason, it seems. He just let it happen. Here one asked maybe why Supreme was not detected. The reason is that the Lord wanted to show the effects of drinking nectar. What is the effect of drinking nectar? We will see it later. So the Krishna leaves the Sudarshan Chakra and it cuts the head. But even after cutting the head, the body dies, but head is still alive. That is the power of nectar. The Supreme Personality of Godhead want to show to this particular world the power of nectar. That is the reason he let this happen. Hare Krishna. Okay. Hare Krishna. The next sloka. Hare Krishna. Madhvi Mataji, he wants to.
Hare
wants to
Krishna,
read.
Prabhuji, then that can
Ah,
I'll read
Mataji,
Prabhuji.
yeah, please.
चक्रेण क्षुरधारेण जहारा पिबात शिरः हरिस्तस्य कबन्धस्तु सुधाया प्लावितोपतः. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, using his disc, which was sharp like a razor, at once cut off Rahu's head. When Rahu's head was severed from his body, the body being untouched by the nectar couldn't survive. Purport. When the Personality of Godhead, Mohini Murti, severed Rahu's head from his body, the head remained alive although the body died. Rahu had been drinking nectar through his mouth and before the nectar entered his body, his head was cut off. Thus Rahu's head remained alive whereas the body died. This wonderful act performed with the Lord was meant to show that nectar is miraculous ambrosia. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Mataji. So here it is very clear. Now what happened? Okay, Supreme Personal Godhead understood. The Supreme Personal Godhead, what Hari did, he gave his disc, Vishnu Chakra, Sudarshan Chakra, with a sharp like a razor, at once cut off the Rahu's head. Rahu's head is being cut. When the Rahu head was severed from his, severed, separated from the body is being untouched by nectar. Body, there is no nectar touched by body. Could not survive. But head is still alive. So he wants to show this particular pastime. That is the reason this all happened. When the personality got head, Mohini Murti, severed Rahu's head from the body, the head remained alive. Through the body, dead. This is what happened. Rahu had been drinking the nectar through his mouth. And before the nectar entered his body, his head was cut off. Thus, Rahu's head remained alive, whereas the body is dead. This wonderful act performed by Lord was meant to show that nectar is so great. Okay. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Let's move to the next sloka. Hare Krishna. Padma Mataji, he wants to read sloka 26.
Okay, 26. शिरस्त्वमरतां नीतमजो ग्रहमचीक्लुप्रत् यस्तु पर्वणि चन्द्रार्का अभिधावति वैरधीः. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Rahul's head, however, having been touched by the nectar, became immortal. Thus, Lord Brahma accepted Rahu's head as one of the planets. Since Rahu is an eternal enemy of the moon and the sun, he always tries to attack them on the nights of the full moon and the dark moon. But since Rahu had become immortal, Lord Brahma accepted him as one of the grahas or planets like the moon and the sun. Rahu, however, being an eternal enemy of the moon and sun, attacks them periodically during the nights of the full moon and the dark moon. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So what happens? Rahu's head, however, have been touched by the nectar. Head became immortal, but the body is dead. Thus, the Lord Brahma, because his head is immortal, is been accepted as one of the planet. Rahu is a planet in astrology. Since Rahu is an eternal enemy of the moon and sun, what is happening? He always tries to attack them on the nights of the full moon and dark moon. Some very few full moon days and full dark moon's day, he's been attacking sun and moon. So maybe at the end of the session, we'll discuss Prabhuji's Mataji's. How do you understand this Rahu? Okay, we understood from the science point of view that is the shades of moon and the shades of earth is the causes of these eclipses, solar eclipse or lunar eclipse. But we'll try to understand a little bit, okay, whatever Acharya is talking about, this Rahu planet. Okay, Hare Krishna. Now, Sloka 27. Hare Krishna. Anybody wants to read? This very small sloka only, translation also. Kinchim Priya Prabhu. Prashanti Mataji, Rajesh Prabhu, Rama Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, go ahead, Prabhu.
I'll read.
Go ahead, Prabhu.
प्रीताप्रये मृते देवेर भगवान लोका भावना पश्यन्तम् असुरेन्द्राणां स्वाम रूपं जाग्रहे हरि. Personality of Godhead is the best friend and well-wisher of the three worlds. Thus, when the demigods had almost finished drinking the nectar, the Lord, in presence of all the demons, disclosed his original form.
Hare Krishna. What happened now? After the Supreme Person of the Godhead is the best friend of well-wisher of three worlds. He is best well-wisher for everybody in the three worlds. Thus, when the demigods have almost finished the drinking of the nectar, they have taken completely into their body the Lord in the presence of all the demons. Demons are there, demigods are there. He disclosed his original form. Hare Krishna. This is what happened. Hare Krishna. This is last but one sloka, Prabhuji, Mataji's sloka 28. And then I think we have another sloka 29. These two are wonderful slokas. So let us understand together these slokas very, very effectively. Each and every word from this particular sloka is instruction from Srila Prabhupada to all of us. Okay. From this sloka and also from next sloka is kind of a direct instructions from Srila Prabhupada. Let's understand very, very carefully. Hare Krishna. Anybody wants to read the sloka first? Sloka? Anybody wants to read? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Go ahead, Mataji. Go ahead.
Evam surasuragana samadesha kala hetvarta karma matayo vipale vikalpaha tatramritam suragana palam ignasapu yatpada pankajarashanayan nadaityaha. Translation: the place, the time, the cause, the purpose, the activity, and the ambition were all the same for both the demigods and the demons. But the demigods achieved one result and the demons another, because the demigods are always under the shelter of the dust of the Lord's lotus feet. They could very easily drink the nectar and get its result. The demons, however, not having sought shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, were unable to achieve the result they desired. Purport. Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Purport. In Bhagavad Gita 4.11, it is said, "Ye tatamam prapadyante tam tataisva bhajamyaham." The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the Supreme Judge who rewards or punishes different persons according to their surrender unto his lotus feet. Therefore, it can actually be seen that although karmis and bhaktas may work in the same place at the same time with the same energy and with the same ambition, they achieve different results. The karmis transmigrate through different bodies in the cycle of birth and death, sometimes going upward and sometimes downward, thus suffering the result of their actions in the karma chakra, the cycle of birth and death. The devotees, however, because of fully surrendering at the lotus feet of the Lord, are never baffled in their attempts. Although externally they work almost like the karmis, the devotees go back home, back to Godhead, and achieve success in every effort. The demons are atheists have faith in their own endeavors, but although they work very hard day and night, they cannot get any more than their destiny. The devotees, however, can surpass the reactions of karma and achieve wonderful result, even without effort. It is also said, "Falena parichiyate."
Parichiyate.
Falena parichiyate. One's success or defeat in any activity is understood by its result. There are many karmis in the dress of devotees, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead can defeat their purpose,
Detect.
detect their purpose. The karmis want to use the property of the Lord for their selfish sense gratification, but a devotee endeavors to use the Lord's property for God service. Therefore, a devotee is always distinct from the karmis, although the karmis may dress like devotees. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 3.9, Yagnatat karmano nyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. One who works for Lord Vishnu is free from the material world, and after giving up his body, he goes back home, back to Godhead. A karmi, however, although externally working like a devotee, is entangled in his non-devotional activity, and thus he suffers the tribulations of material existence. Thus, from the result achieved by the karmis and devotees, one can understand the presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who acts differently for the karmis and jnanis than for the devotees. The author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita therefore says, Krishna Bhakta Nishkama Ate Vasana Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Samastam Ashantam. Krishna Bhakta Nishkama Ata Eva Shanta Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Samastam Ashanta. The karmis who desire sense gratification, the jnanis who aspire for the liberation of merging into the existence of the Supreme, and the yogis who seek material success in mystic power are all restless, and ultimately they are befitted. But the devotee who does not accept any personal benefit and whose only ambition is to spread the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is blessed with all the auspicious result of Bhakti Yoga without hard labor. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
Wonderful
Tulsi
one.
Mataji. Thank you very much. Wonderful reading. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji's Mataji. There is so much to learn from this translation and purport. Let's understand some points, very important points. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji's Mataji's. Okay. So I know everybody's on mute and also switched off the cameras. I know the Sunday morning, but 10 minutes, let us pay some attention. Okay. On this slope, on this translation and purports, 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. And then only we have one more sloka. That's it for today. This is very important translation and purport. Prabhuji's Mataji's, we should be very fortunate. Okay. At least we are all very fortunate to read this translation and purport. Okay, drafted by Srila Prabhupada to all of us. This entire translation and purport we should understand. We should take it as an instruction from Vyasadeva, okay, and Srila Prabhupada to all of us. Let us understand one by one, each line by line. Okay, what is that he's been talking here? The place, the time, and the cause, and the purpose, the activity, and the ambition were all same for both demigods and demons. So what is the purpose? To get the nectar. What is the place? Okay, that is in Milk Ocean they did. The time, both work together. The cause, the purpose, everything same. The activity, both demons and demigods did the same. What activity they did? Okay, Chilakatam. Okay, Mandara Parvatam Vesi, Andalo, they are putting that mountain and they are doing activity, the same activity they are doing. But what happened at the end? The results are different. The demigods achieved the result. What is it they got? They got the nectar. But the demons got another result. Everybody is doing Mangalarti. I am also doing Mangalarti. But after doing certain number of years, a devotee is going back to Godhead. The same person who is also doing, who is also wearing the devotee dress, where he is landing? Landing in the same Kukatpalli. Example, Bachapalli. This is what exactly Srila Prabhupada and Vyasadeva. Shukadeva Goswami is telling all of us, Baba, you are thinking that you are wearing a devotee dress? Not good enough. Don't know whether you are a devotee or you are a karmist. Okay. That is what we've been explaining. What is your conscious is being questioned by here. Is your conscious even though you are in a devotee dress, what is your conscious is being asking us to cross check by ourselves. See, because there is a good thing happened here, Prabhuji's Mataji. Demigods are always under the shelter, dust of Lord's lotus feet. We also think, okay, wearing the devotees, I am under the shelter of lotus feet. But what is your conscious? Our conscious means they say that, Baba, you are standing on your feet, not under the feet, under the Lord's lotus feet. We might be thinking. Okay. They could very easily drink the nectar and get the result because they are 100% they know from the heart. They are under the shelter of Supreme Personality Godhead and they got the nectar. But in the reverse, however, the demons, however, not having taking the shelter, okay, of the lotus feet of the Lord, were unable to achieve the result as they desired. Now here, further classification happened in the purport. What sorts of the people are there? Okay, it's been explained. See, it is been explained here. The Supreme Personal Godhead is Supreme Judge. He is a Supreme Judge who rewards and punishes. He gives the money or he gives the knowledge or he punishes different purpose according to the surrender. According to our surrender levels, we get our rewards. Okay. The more surrender levels, the more rewards will happen. The less surrender levels, the less benefits. You will get less spiritual benefits. That is what here it is being telling us, the power translation. Let's understand very carefully Prabhuji's Mataji's. Next 10 minutes, please put your attention on this purport only. Even the next sloka and translation is very easy. But this translation, this purport and translation purport, we have to understand, we have to put our attention. And we have to put some efforts to improve our sadhana. Hare Krishna Prabhuji's Mataji's. Okay, therefore, it can actually be seen that although karmis, see here, Prabhupada is comparing between karmis and bhaktas may work in the same place, same time, with same energy, with the same ambition. They achieve different results. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji's Mataji's. We did 40 Radhayatras. We don't know, or 60 Radhayatras in Hyderabad, or maybe 100, or I don't know how many Radhayatras in this country, or how many Radhayatras in this world. But we all did Radhayatras. But what is that ambition? We did at the same place, same time, with the same energy and the same ambition. But the result could be different. Some devotees could go back to planet. Some devotees with the mindset of the karmic mindset, the karma mindset, then you will get the result of that karma. And you may take the birth in Swargaloka. What is that conscious is very important. That is what is Srila Prabhupada is warning here. The karmis transmigrate through the different bodies in the cycle of birth and death, They will take the birth. Sometimes going to upwards will take Swargaloka and sometimes downward, somewhere else. The suffering, the result of their actions in the karma chakra, the birth and death, this keep on happening. If you are under the impression that I have done this activity, you will get the result. And if you think that you have not done anything, it is done by the devotees, and it is just the mercy of the devotees from the core of your heart, Prabhuji's Mataji's, from the core of your heart. and everything is done by Jagannath, then Jagannath will consider you that you are a real surrendered soul, Prabhuji's Matajis. And Prabhuji's Matajis, it is not easy. So please don't think that it is under the impression that even though we are hearing the devotees to us, okay, I am not expecting any prize, any recognition from anybody in this world. Prabhuji's Matajis, please ask yourself, it is not easy. It is not easy. It is not easy. That is the reason this translation purport, Prabhupada is reminding all of us. Be very clear, be very careful with these sweet words. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji's Matajis, is everybody is with me? We are halfway through of this translation purport. Hare Krishna, yes, Prabhu. Is nothing that you don't know. You all know this. Okay. So I am telling myself, Prabhuji's Matajis. Okay. So the devotees, however, because of fully surrendering at the lotus feet of the Lord. See here, what is the devotees? Are fully surrendering at the lotus feet of the Lord. They never baffled with their attempts. How many attempts I did? They don't care. Although extremely, they work almost like a karmis. The devotees and karmis look very same. The devotees go back to Godhead, achieve the success for every effort, because they know that it is not done by themselves. It is done by Lord Jagannath, Lord Krishna. Okay. The demons are atheists, have faith in their own endeavors. See, the problem is what with karmis? The demons are atheists. What is the problem? They are putting faith on their endeavors, on their efforts. But devotees are putting on, they are putting the best efforts, but they depend upon Lord Krishna. But although their work is very hard, they work very hard day and night. They cannot get more than their destiny. The devotees, however, however, the devotees, however, can surpass the reactions of karma and achieve wonderful returns. But in the reverse, the devotees, okay, surpass the reactions of karma. They don't get the results of karma. Okay. Even without effort. And it is said that, okay, what is mentioned? Falena farichiyate. Once success or defeat in any activity is understand by its result. And there is very, very strong statement is given by Srila Prabhupada. Let us read it very carefully. Next 1 minute, please listen. There are many karmis. Who is telling this? Prabhupada is telling this. There are many karmis in the dress of devotees. There are many karmis, but what is that they are doing? They are wearing dress of a devotee dress. But even though they are wearing a devotee dress, Supreme Person of the Godhead can detect their purposes. Their bhakti is a WhatsApp bhakti or Telegram bhakti or what is it? Instagram bhakti or Facebook bhakti. Supreme Personality of God know very, very clearly. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji's Mataji's. In this world of 21st century, okay, it is very, very difficult to get away from WhatsApp, Telegram, Twitter, YouTube, and what else? Instagram, Facebook.
LinkedIn.
Prabhuji's Mataji's. I'm not saying that they are bad. Post everything, but what is your conscience? Post everything, but what is your conscience? The other day, just 3-4 days back, I went to Peddamma temple. This is Ashada Masam, no? I had like habit of going to Peddamma temple also in this month. Okay. Not now, like from so many years I have that habit. Everybody, okay, after the session, they're taking what picture? Back of temple. They have been shouting, Baba, don't take pictures, don't take pictures, don't take pictures. The temple authority has been shouting, literally shouting, don't take pictures. Cell phones are not allowed. But who is listening? Nobody is listening. Taking picture, uploading where? Instagram or Facebook or WhatsApp, wherever they belong. So we need to understand this translation puppet, at least given to us. Prabhupada is very strong statement. I have put it in a different color. Who is going to question Nobody is going to question Prabhuji's Mataji's. Okay, we are wearing devotee dress. But Supreme Personality of the Godhead can detect our purpose, being in satsang. The karmis want to use the property of Lord. See what karmis are doing? They want to use the property of Lord for their selfishness and gratification. So they will see how many likes. But the devotee endeavors to use the Lord's property for God's service. Therefore, a devotee is always distinct from karmi. Although the karmi may dress like a devotee. Therefore, a devotee is always different from a karmi. Always karmis may dress like a devotee. But Krishna know who is wearing this dress, who is actually a devotee. Am I strong? Prabhupada is strong here, Prabhuji's Mataji's. I'm not saying anything here. I'm only reading what Prabhupada is saying here to all of us. That's all. What is that? Bhagavad Gita 3.9 is saying, Yajnarthat karmanotra lokeyam karma bandhanaha. One who works for Lord Vishnu is free from material world. I have seen one couple of videos from Sankirtan party. Sankirtan party. You know, right? Iskan Attapur team goes for Sankirtan party. It's like one devotee. He's just hardly 20 years or 22 years, I would think. Maybe just would have completed his graduation. Just standing there and distributing Bhagavad Gitas. He's been telling like, I've been waiting hours and hours, only one Bhagavad Gita gone. That's it. So, let's understand. Okay, one who knows the Lord Vishnu is free from material body and gives up, goes back to Godhead. A karmi, however, although extremely work like a devotee, is entangled in his non-devotional activity. He's entangled with non-devotional activity. And thus he suffers the tribulations of material existence. That karmi will be left here. Thus, from the result achieved by the karmis and devotees, one can understand the presence of Supreme Personality of Godhead, who can differently for the karmis, ajnanis, and for the devotees. The author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, he says something like this. What is it saying? The karmis who desire sense gratification. What is that karmis want? Karmis want likes. How many liked my post? The jnanis aspire for liberation or merging into supreme. And yogis want some mystic powers and all restless. And ultimately they are baffled. But what happened for the devotees? But the devotees who does not expect any personal benefit. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji Mataji. Read this very carefully. If you are a devotee, what is that you are expecting? What is that you want? We should not expect any personal benefit. And whose only ambition to all of us is to spread the glories of Supreme Personality Godhead. That's credit for me, zero. Okay. He is blessed with all auspicious result of Bhakti Yoga. Then that is the person who is going to get the result. Prabhuji's Mataji, spiritual world is very different from the material world. In material world, you want result. Instant results you want. But the spiritual world, do everything, expect nothing. Then you get the nectar. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji's Mataji's. Hope you followed. I will post this in Gachibowli Satsang group. This is a screenshot. Please, when you have some time, just read it again. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji's Mataji's. So here it is very clearly said. Krishna Bhakta Nishkama Atakaye Shanta. Bhukti, Mukti, Siddhi, Kami, Samastam, Ashanta. You also think yourselves, Prabhuji's Mataji. Think that you gave up your mobiles, your WhatsApp, Telegrams, YouTubes, okay, Twitters, everything you gave up. You went to a temple. You are doing sitting yourself, just doing Kirtana. How happy you are. Just imagine you yourself. You are not expecting anything from anybody. Just nobody is there between you and Krishna. Only you are doing for the pleasure of Krishna. I am telling you, you will be very, very happy. He'll be very, very happy. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji's Mataji. So let us go to the last sloka. Okay. Anybody wants to read sloka? Hare Krishna. Last sloka for today. Hare Krishna.
Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Yeah, Padmavataji, please go ahead, Mataji. Please read.
Text 29. Yadyujyate suvasu karma manovachobhir tehatmajadishu nrabhis tad asat pruthakvat तैरेव सद्भवति यत् क्रियते पृथक्वात् सर्वस्व तद्भवति मूलनिषेचनं यत्. Translation. In human society, there are various activities performed for the protection of one's wealth and life by one's words, one's mind, and one's actions. But they are all performed for one's personal or extended sense gratification with reference to the body. All these activities are baffled because of being separate from devotional service. But when the same activities are performed for the satisfaction of the Lord, the beneficiaries are distributed to everyone, just as water poured on the root of a tree is distributed throughout the entire tree. Purport. This is the distinction between materialistic activities and activities performed in Krishna consciousness. The entire world is active, and this includes the karmis, the jnanis, the yogis, and the bhaktas. However, all activities except those of the bhaktas, the devotees end in bafflement and a waste of time and energy. Moghasha mogha karmano mogha gnana vichetashaha. If one is not devotee, his hopes, his activities, and his knowledge are all baffled. A non-devotee works for his personal sense gratification or for the sense gratification of his family, society, community, or nation, but because all such activities are separate from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they are
Consider asat.
they are considered asat. The word asat means bad or temporary, and sat means permanent and good. Activities performed for the satisfaction of Krishna are permanent and good, but asat activity, although sometimes celebrated as philanthropy, altruism, nationalism, this ism or that ism, will never produce any permanent result and is therefore all bad. Even a little work done in Krishna consciousness is a permanent asset and is all good because it is done for Krishna. The all good personality of Godhead, who is everyone's friend, Suhridam Sarvabhutanam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the only enjoyer and proprietor of everything. Bhoktaram Yagna Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Therefore, any activity performed for the Supreme Lord is permanent. As a result of such activities, the performer is immediately recognized. Nachatasman Manushyeshu Kashchin me Priyakritamaha. Such a devotee, because of full knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is immediately transcendental, although he may superficially appear to be engaged in materialistic activities. The only distinction between materialistic activity and spiritual activity is that material activity is performed only to satisfy one's own senses, whereas spiritual activity is meant to satisfy the transcendental senses of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By spiritual activity, everyone factually benefits, whereas by materialistic activity, no one benefits, and instead one becomes entangled in the loss of karma. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 8th canto, 9th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Lord Incarnates as Mohini Murti. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Thank you very much, Padma Mataji. Wonderful reading. Hare Krishna. See, it is very clear. Let us understand this translation. The human society, there are various activities performed by the protection of one's wealth. What is that we do every day? We protect our wealth and we live by one's word and my minds by one actions. But they are all performed by one's personal or extended sense gratification with reference to the body. These are all related to the sense gratification. That is what Shukadeva Goswami is telling, Vyasadeva is telling all of us. All these activities are baffled because of being separate from the devotional service. But the same activities, if you, all these activities turn towards Krishna, okay, for the satisfaction of Lord, the benefits, the results are distributed to everyone. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji Mataji. If you are doing it for Krishna, you will not do it alone. You do it for everybody. Okay, together you do it with devotees. Then that is going to be benefit for everybody. Just as a water poured in the root of a tree distributed through the entire tree. If you are protecting your property, that is only your sense gratification. You are buying a property, that is just a sense gratification. But you are doing a devotional activity which is pleasing Lord, and you don't have any other motive, then you involve devotees, then that is pleasing Lord, and that is helping everybody. See, every little work done in Krishna consciousness is a permanent asset and is all good because it is done for Krishna. The distinction between the material activity and spiritual activity is that the material activity is performed only at satisfies one's own sense, whereas spiritual activity is meant to satisfy transcendental senses of the Supreme Person of the Godhead. By spiritual activity, everyone, okay, factually benefits, whereas the material activity, no one benefits, and instead one becomes entangled and leaves the karma. Again, here Prabhupada is differentiate between the karmis and devotees. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji's Matajis. We don't know how much a karmi is there in our minds, Prabhuji's Matajis. So that is the reason here Srila Prabhupada and Vyasadeva and Shukadeva Goswami emphasizing all of us. Actually, even the devotional service, we start like a like a karmistone. Okay. But slowly we understand Shastra, we understand the real meaning of Bhagavad Gita, and what is the meaning of understanding surrendering. And then slowly we start surrendering, saying it is not by others, it is done by Jagannath. Okay. Just because of Jagannath, this all happened. That mindset will slowly comes, Prabhuji's Mataji. And slowly we turn into devotees. Okay. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji's Mataji's. Okay. So today we had a wonderful discussion. We have around 14 devotees joined. Okay, excluding me, 14 are there. Yeah. Thank you very much for joining. Any questions or any discussion points? It's already 8:35. I know you all have so many services for today. So any discussions or any points, any questions you want to share, feel free for the next few minutes, and then we'll close the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you for
Krishna,
listening.
Prabhuji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Go ahead.
Yeah. Prabhuji, my question is,
Yeah.
if they are in devotee dress, why they will do karmas, Prabhuji? Yes.
Yeah, good question, Mataji. We're in devotee dress, but why we are being called as, why we do
Karmis.
karmic activities?
Yeah.
Good question, Mataji. Okay. I will just put my understanding, and there are so many senior devotees are there here. Subbara Prabhu is there. Santosh Arati Prabhu is there. I will also ask them to comment. Okay. I'll try to give. Okay. Akinchan Priya Prabhu is there. Kant Prabhu is there. Okay. I will also ask them to answer this particular point. Mataji, in a devotee dress, everybody looks like a devotee. There is absolutely no doubt in that. Externally, okay, looks like a devotee.
హరే
But
కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ
yes, Prabhuji, Muralidhar Prabhu.
ఆ, అదే మన గౌరంగ కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ కూడా దీని మీద చెప్తారు కదా,
అవును Prabhu.
మనకు మైండ్ కంట్రోల్ చేసుకోవడము అసలు సాధ్యం కాదు, వెండినైనా కంట్రోల్ చేసుకోవచ్చు కానీ మైండ్ కంట్రోల్ చేసుకోలేమని. అదే అనమాట, మనం డివోటీ డ్రెస్ వేసుకున్నా కానీ మన మైండ్ ఎక్కడెక్కడో చంచలంగా పోతుంటారు అనమాట.
Yes, yes,
దేనికి ఒక శ్లోకం కూడా వాడతాడు ఆయన ప్రభుజీ,
yes, yes.
కాషాయాన్న చ భోజనాది నియమాన్ నోవావనే వాసతో వ్యాఖ్యానాదత వా మునివ్రత భర చిత్తోద్భవ క్షీయతే కింటు స్ఫీటతలింద శైలతనయా తీరే చ విక్రీడతే గోవిందస్య పదారవింద భజన రంభస్య ఏషాదభి. అంటే స్టార్టింగ్ లో ఒక డివోటి గోవింద భజన స్టార్ట్ చేస్తే కూడా ఎంబడే రంధ్రాల నుంచి దూరి శుద్ధి చేస్తారనమాట. అది అంటే
Thank you, Prabhu.
కాషాయాన్న భోజనాది నియమాలు అంటే మనం భోజనాది నియమాలు కాషాయము ఇవన్నీ వేసుకున్న తర్వాత అడవులలో పోయి తపస్సులు చేసినా గానీ మైండ్ అనేది చంచలం అనమాట అసలు.
Tension. Yes, yes.
అది ఇప్పుడు రెండులో ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ కూడా ఇచ్చినారు కదా, ఇప్పుడు విశ్వామిత్రుడు మేనక
Yes.
జస్ట్ గాజుల శబ్దము విని ఫ్లాట్ అయిపోయి 4 జన్మలు తీసుకోవాల్సి వస్తుంది. తర్వాత ఈయన సౌరభముని కూడా నీళ్ళలో తపస్సు చేసి 100 సంవత్సరాలు తపస్సు చేసి 2 మేల్ అండ్ ఫీమేల్ ఫిషెస్ ఆ సంయోగం చూసేసి ఆయన బయటకు వచ్చేసి చలించిపోతాడు అనమాట. అట్లా వాళ్ళు
Yes.
100 సంవత్సరాలు తపస్సు చేసింటారు అనమాట. అట్లా మైండ్ అనేది కంట్రోల్ చేసుకోలేమని దీని భావన.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare
Okay,
Krishna,
thank you,
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. So, just to thank you, Muralidhar Prabhu. Whatever you said is 100% correct. So,
ఇది
extension to
ఎక్కువ
that what
వాడతారు సార్
Prabhuji has mentioned.
గౌరంగ కృష్ణ చాలా దాంట్లో వాడతారు ఈ శ్లోకం.
Yes, Prabhu. So, extension to what Muralidhar Prabhu is saying is, Sirisha Mataji, to extend the answer further is, see, I'll just take a simple example, Mataji. Okay, please don't mind. Sirisha Mataji, you're there, right?
Yes,
I'll take a simple example. See, you have deities in your home. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
wonderful deities, Mataji. Wonderful deities. Really wonderful. You are bringing them to Bhakti Center as well. So many devotees are taking the blessings of the deities which are there in our house, and you are doing a lot of services to them, Mataji.
Yes,
Okay.
Prabhu.
So I'll just give a simple example. You are taking so many pictures of deities, okay, and posting here in WhatsApp.
Yes, Prabhu.
How many people are commenting? How many people are liking it? How many people are come back to you saying that Mataji, you are doing wonderful service? Okay. If you are having tinge of expecting a like, I'm sorry, Mataji.
Yeah, yes,
Expecting,
Prabhu.
you're expecting any tinge of appreciation.
Mm.
Without any expectation, you are getting some appreciations. That's good. But if you are expecting,
Mm.
then we are not a devotee, we are a karmi. I'm sorry, Mataji. I just
Yeah,
give example.
very nice example, Prabhuji. Yes.
Mataji, it's not easy. I'm just gave that example doesn't mean that I already crossed. Please pray for me.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that I have crossed. And I am telling everybody, it is not easy. As Muralidhar Prabhu mentioned, it is not easy. See, I have posted such a wonderful picture with, okay, Gaurnitai. Okay. with Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra. Nobody is even said it's good. Thank you. Jai Jagannath. Mataji, it is very, very common. Our mind thinks in that way.
Yes, Prabhu.
But what was it was expecting 2 years back, and what is expecting a year back, and what is that expecting now, and what is that is going to expect 6 months future? Is there any difference? That is very important. Mataji, previously we were expecting 100 likes. Now it's gone to 5 likes, or it's gone to 1 like. And at future, you don't bother. So from 100 likes, it will automatically will not happen. 0 expectation. It will not happen like that. It's a gradually our conscious change, Mataji. But is our conscious is changing or not? That is important.
Yes, Prabhu.
From a karmi to a devotee, is it nobody? You don't need to explain anybody. You have to ask yourselves. That's it.
Yeah.
What is that you are expecting? What is your mind wants? As Muralidhar Prabhu mentioned, what is that your mind wants? What is that your mind wants? Anybody commented? Anybody appreciated? Anybody said these are good? Anybody appreciated your Jagannath? Anybody appreciated the way you decorated? Anybody appreciated the way you sang the sloka, recited sloka? Anybody appreciated the how you presented your presentation? Who are you to present, Ra? You just read the purpose of Srila Prabhupada. Why you expect any appreciation, any acknowledgement, first of all? Bloody couple of years back, who are you? Now we are wearing a devotee dress. Even in devotee dress, you want appreciation. Question like this to your mind, Mataji. Prabhuji. Okay. You will get answers.
Wonderful, Prabhuji.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Dandavat.
Prabhuji, just addition to this, what Mataji was asking. Yesterday I was hearing a lecture of His Holiness Bhakti Charan Swami Maharaj. There one devotee was asking, Maharaj, like we are chanting, doing seva for many years, how to understand how much pure are we in our consciousness? Then Maharaj explained a very, very wonderful answer, Prabhuji. Maharaj told, forget about how much pure consciousness are you. You keep serving it, process will take on its own. It is not that you should worry about how much pure I am, how much advanced I am. You forget about that. You keep doing the service. Then automatically Krishna will purify your heart. You may have so many fault finding, so much of anarthas, but don't worry about that. You keep doing the process. Just addition, Prabhuji.
Very, very wonderful, Ramacharanji Prabhu. Yeah, thank you very much for
Very,
sharing.
very, very
Very
nice
true.
answer. I mean, nice explanation, Prabhuji.
Just continue whatever you're doing. Okay.
Yeah.
You may take birth in Prabhuji Mataji in a Narakaloka. That's okay. But please request to only one thing. There should be a Lilananda Prabhu over there. Okay. In over there also, somebody should connect us and give Bhagavad Gita to us. Wherever you go, doesn't matter whether Krishna takes you to Swargaloka or Vaikuntha-loka or Goloka or some Narakaloka, in these 14 planets or beyond, just continue doing your service and let Krishna take, as Prabhuji mentioned. But there should be a devotee. We should only ask that. But for that, Prabhuji Mataji, you need to get a taste. How do you get taste, you know? The taste is only can happen when you're doing something without any expectation you are getting, you're doing something, then only you get taste, Prabhuji Mataji. You're expecting a picture after you were serving Jagannath and you want to post that and expect some appreciations. I am sorry, Prabhuji Mataji, you will not get taste from the service. I'm sorry, you will not get taste. Otherwise, you try out this. You try out this, you will feel that difference.
హరే కృష్ణ
Yeah, Hare
ప్రభు
Krishna.
దండోత్ ప్రణామం
Prabhuji.
ప్రభు క్షమించండి ప్రభు మీరు ఇంటరప్టెడ్
చెప్పండి ప్రభుజీ, కాంత్ ప్రభుజీ.
హరి హరి
సారీ ప్రభు, ఎనీథింగ్ మిస్టేక్, ఐఎమ్ సారీ
లేదు
ప్రభు.
లేదు లేదు మీ ద వే ఎవ్రీవన్ హ్యాస్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ రిగార్డింగ్
ప్రభుజీ,
దిస్
మీ వాయిస్ చాలా తక్కువ
ప్రభుజీ
ఉంది.
వాయిస్
హరే
చాలా చిన్నగా
హరే
ఉంటుంది.
కృష్ణ వస్తుందా ప్రభు
మీ వాయిస్, మీ థాట్ ప్రాసెస్ మాకు చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ ప్రభు.
హరి హరి ప్రభు వినిపిస్తుందా ఇప్పుడు?
ఇప్పుడు కొంచెం బెటర్ అయింది ప్రభు.
యా సో వెరీ సారీ ప్రభు, బట్ యా ఎవ్రీవన్ హ్యాస్ గివెన్ దేర్ ఓన్ దిస్ థింగ్ రియలైజేషన్ రిగార్డింగ్ దిస్. ఏంటంటే మనం డివోటీ డ్రెస్లోని ఇద్దరు మనం డివోటీయా కాదా అనేసి. బట్ ఎస్ ప్రభు, అంటే ప్రీవియస్ కాలంలో ఉన్ని దానికి ఇప్పుడు ఉన్ని దానికి వేరియేషన్ ఒక్కటే, ఏంటంటే పిక్చర్స్ ప్రభు. బిగ్గెస్ట్ డిస్ట్రాక్షన్ అండ్ బిగ్గెస్ట్ ఎనిమీ ప్రభు. ఎక్కడో ఎస్ ప్రభు, ఐఎమ్ ఎవ్రీ మినిట్ ఎవ్రీ సెకండ్ ఐఎమ్ స్ట్రగ్లింగ్ విత్ దట్. నేను ఎస్ ప్రభు, బికాజ్ నేను ఎన్హాన్స్ చేయకపోతే నా డబ్బులు దొరకదు. ఎన్హాన్స్ చేయాలంటే నా మైండ్ కల్ప్రిట్ చేయాలి, బ్యూటీని ఎతుకుతూ ఉండాలి. బ్యూటీ ప్రతి చోట ఎతుకుతూ ఉంటాం. ఎవ్రీ టైమ్ ఐ హ్యావ్ టు రీకలెక్ట్ నేను కృష్ణ గురించి చేస్తున్నానని. చాలాసార్లు అడుగడుక్కి తప్పుడు తావే అవుతుంటుంది ప్రభు. గబుక్కని కెమెరా వెళ్ళిపోద్ది ఫోకస్గా, ఎవరు అందంగా ఉన్నారు మాతాజీ, ఎవరు ప్రభుజీ ఇంకా కొద్దిగా స్టైలిష్గా వేసుకున్నారు బట్టలు టక్కమని. జస్ట్ షేరింగ్ మై ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ప్రభు. స్టిల్ ఐఎమ్ స్ట్రగ్లింగ్. పోస్ట్ చేయడానికి భయపడతాను. పోస్ట్ చేసిన తర్వాత డెఫినెట్లీ నాకు ఎక్స్పెక్టేషన్ ఉంటుంది. ఎవరైనా పాయింట్అవుట్ చేస్తే అంటే మీ పర్స్పెక్టివ్ కరెక్ట్ కాదు, నేను ఈ పర్స్పెక్టివ్తో తీసానని నేను నా ఏంటంటారు ఎక్స్క్యూజెస్ చెప్తూ ఉంటాను.
But in this case, Prabhuji, Prasad Prabhuji, so that his profession is like that, Prabhuji. So what, Prabhuji, like
Prabhuji is under the service of Krishna. Take the photos and post it, and any comments, as Kant Prabhu mentioned, Lakshmikant Prabhu mentioned, give the explanation. But to think at your core of your heart, Prabhuji, and think that you are doing it a service for Krishna. And
yes, Prabhu. ఎవ్రీ టైం నేను పడిపోతుంటా ప్రభు బురదలో.
చెప్పినట్టుగా ప్రభుజీ పేరేంటి, రామ్ చిరంజీవి ప్రభు కదా, చెప్పినట్టుగా కంటిన్యూ డూయింగ్ యువర్ సర్వీస్. అండ్ ఐఎమ్ నాట్ సేయింగ్ దట్ we do not have any karmic attitude. You may have some karmic attitude, but that is fine. And pray Krishna to take it off.
Yes.
We don't have power to take. Prabhuji Mataji, please don't think that like I am out, or we are out of this karmic mindset. There will be so much. Because we just started conscious maybe 3-4 years back, Prabhuji Mataji. Okay, where we took birth, what all we did all these 30 years, 40 years. Okay, so we did so much accumulation. So pray Krishna that to take off, and ask to some senior devotees like Bhagavinda Prabhu, Lilananda Prabhu to pray for all of us. Okay, I have this tendency, plus please pray for me, Prabhu, to take off this tendency. But first acknowledge that I have this karmic tendency, Prabhuji Mataji. First acknowledge.
Yes.
Don't acknowledge to anybody in this world. Acknowledge to yourself. But that has to be removed. Ask Krishna to remove.
ప్రభు
We ourselves
సింపుల్
cannot
ఎగ్జాంపుల్
remove.
ప్రభు
Yeah.
లైక్ దోమతార వేసుకొని ఎటు నుండి దోమలు వచ్చేస్తున్నాయి ప్రతి కన్ను మనం కప్పుకుంటున్నాం అండ్ ఎవ్రీ టైమ్ వీఆర్ స్ట్రగ్లింగ్ ఎవ్రీ సెకండ్
Yes.
ఇటు నుండో ఎటు నుండో ఏనికైనా ప్రకారం అంటారు కదా ఎటు నుండో ఒకటి వస్తూనే ఉంటుంది.
Prasad.
అది మనకి ఎక్కడో ఎవరో అప్రిషియేట్ చేస్తారో ఎవరో తప్పట్లు కొడతారో బాగా చేస్తున్నారు. ఈ ఒక్కటి యా ఇది ఒక్కటి సాధనలో డిస్టర్బ్ చేస్తుంది. థ్యాంక్ యూ
Yes, yes,
సో
Prabhu.
మచ్ ప్రభు.
Thank you, Lakshmikant Prabhu.
Thank you.
Wonderful. You have added wonderful points, Prabhu. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Any other? Subbara Prabhu is there? I'm not sure. I think he left. He must have some service. Akinchan Prabhu, anybody, anything you want? Padma Mataji, you want to add anything? Madhavi Mataji. Anybody wants to add anything more? Shilpa Mataji. If not, we will end the call here. Hare Krishna. Akinchan Prabhu. Padma Mataji, you want to add something, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, the
Yeah, please.
expectation will always be there. Always be there, even if anybody says. But because we are in a materialistic world, doing some devotion. But once we join this satsang or something like that, first it all comes to me also or you also, anybody, it's a very common thing. But as you said, we have to acknowledge when we go home and what we did in satsang or what I thought in satsang, like that when we do our what to say for that, when we think of the things, then oh, today I did not focus so much on this, I focused on this. If we understand our mistake, or it is not a mistake, it is a general thing, then slowly we go on rectifying our mistakes.
Yeah.
That is the part of devotee.
Yes.
Nobody can be 100% correct, but slowly we can rectify our mistakes, and at the end of so many years, 5 years or 10 years, then when we think our bad things, then oh, I was like this, but I am like this now. I don't worry about any expectation, any comments. Then we feel good because Krishna has made us like that. That's what I think.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Yeah, at starting you will have, as Mataji mentioned, Padma Mataji mentioned, self-introspection is very important. Okay, that is a summary of a keyword, whatever she spoke about 2-3 minutes. Self-introspection. We have to continue doing that, and then so that are we improving or where graph is going down. Yeah. By understanding the Shastra, that is what we have. Thank you, Mataji. Wonderful. Hare Krishna. Any other comments? Otherwise, we'll end up the call here. I think Hare Krishna Shipa Mataji were good, I guess, Mataji. Okay. Vancha kalpatarubhya sarvasindubhya vacha patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, all assembled devotees ki jai, Gachibowli Satsang ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji Mataji.
Thank you so much.
Joining.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you so
Thank you
much,
everyone
Prabhuji,
for
for
joining.
listening.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Excellent guest.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Dhanavad pranam to everyone.
Hare Krishna. Shilpa Mataji, call end చేసేయండి Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.